All systems nominal.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to the stream. My name is Commander Greytown, aka Grey, Crazy, or GT. And this is my Manta, currently looking a little west for the WAM, as it should be, because it's used for exploration. Paint job. Where we're going, we don't need a paint job. We're in a fairly interesting system. When I dropped in, I was between these two. We've got about 23 jumps to go. Engage warp. 3/4 impulse.
Charging frameshift drive.
3/4 impulse engaging.
The system's primary
We'll be doing a lot of
star is
scanning on the
scoopable.
way. We'll see
Fuel
how we go.
reserves are
Heading
at
there.
87% of maximum. Scan starting. Stand by. There are 3 bodies in this system. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system.
Entry guidance computations complete.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 85% of maximum. Adding information to database. There are 50 bodies in the system.
I'm just going to make sure the audio is all working. No, we've got one that's not. Now it is.
There are no places of interest of type narratives within our search radius.
This body has already been discovered,
5
but
biological
not
signals
mapped.
detected on body B4.
This body has been discovered, but not mapped.
B4,
This
landable
body
with
has
atmosphere.
already been discovered,
Already discovered,
but not
though.
mapped.
Doesn't that just suck donkey balls?
This body has been discovered, but not mapped.
3 geological signals
This
detected on
body
body
has already been
B1A.
discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but
3
not
geological
mapped.
signals detected on body B2.
This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped.
5 biological signals
This
detected
body
on
has
body
been
A7.
discovered and mapped. This body has been discovered,
A7.
but
This
not
little
mapped.
hussy is landable with an atmosphere.
This body
Already
has
discovered
already
for
been
Helm,
discovered.
The navigational
but not
sensors
mapped.
are experiencing intermittent failures.
This body
I
has
recommend
already
we
been
investigate
discovered,
further.
Signals
but not
detected
mapped.
on body A6.
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in
A6
this
has already
system.
been discovered, but has an atmosphere
You
and
have
is landable.
discovered 11 high metal content and 1 rocky body. In this system,
Mapped to footfall. Bio 5. Well, let's head out there and see what we can see. Is the one? Yep. 5 ammonias. And now my music stopped again. Let's try a different station. Nope, working out.
Affirmative.
Commander, the gravimetric stabilizers are operating smoothly, but I've noticed some vibration in the artificial gravity generators. I'll investigate and report back to you.
Might as well map everything while we're here, but I won't worry about landing on the other planets for the bios. Unless they're useful. No, not particularly.
A neutron walks into a bar and asks the bartender, "How much for a drink?" The bartender replies, "For you, no charge."
Oh, that's bad. Grim and Doris.
I'm here.
Douglas Adams quote.
On the planet Earth, man had always assumed that he was more intelligent than dolphins because he had achieved so much. The wheel, New York, wars, and so on. Whilst all the dolphins had ever done was muck about in the water, having a good time. But conversely, the dolphins had always believed that they were far more intelligent than man, for precisely the same reasons. Douglas Adams, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
you have fully mapped this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Grim and Doris.
Aye, Commander.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with R.
Okay. I have no idea. The universe pauses for breath as it awaits your wise answer.
Everyone, we may soon see a pulsar in action. This is a highly magnetized, rotating neutron star that emits beams of electromagnetic radiation.
My answer is rocky ice world. Sorry, Rocky World.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done, Commander. You gain the efficiency bonus.
It's amazing how the galaxy looks so different when viewed from different angles.
Two and three are together, and then I've got 4 to go. So 2 and 3 it is. Too fast. So, going to scan these two, and then go hunting some biologicals.
We are approaching a supernova remnant, the expanding shell of gas and dust left behind after a massive star explodes. These remnants are incredibly important to our understanding of the universe's life cycle, and we should take advantage of this opportunity to study it.
So probes should be able to do it in 2.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Three
You have
geological
fully
signals
mapped this
detected
body.
on body B2.
Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus. You have discovered geological surface features on this planet.
We've got an ammonia atmosphere which may or may not be helpful. But with 5 or 6 bios on here, certainly worth having a look.
Everyone, we may soon observe a black hole devouring matter from a nearby star. This is a rare event that can provide valuable insight into the workings of these enigmatic objects.
Four probes, still 2.
You
5
have fully
biological
mapped this
signals
body.
detected on body
Nicely
B4.
done. You gain the
Brilliant.
efficiency bonus.
Goiter.
There are
Detecting 5 signals
biological
below for
features on this
bacterium,
planet.
fungoida, strata,
This body has
Rutescent,
been
and
discovered,
Cossack.
but
Commander,
not mapped.
are we going to go take a look?
Stratum is what we want first. Because we get first footfall as well, they're worth about 5 to 10 times as much.
We're approaching body speed.
Commander, I've completed the
This one's a high
diagnostic
metal
on the
content
engine's
body.
cooling system.
Gravity is 0.18
Everything looks good,
G.
and we should have no
Surface
problems for the
temperature
next
is
few months.
minus 108 degrees Celsius.
Go over here, we've got a nice long stretch of blue in front of us. So we should find bacteria, stratum, tussock, all those sorts of things in these areas. And there we got the first ones already. Maybe. Yep, there they are. Actually, we got bacteria first. They're harder to find. Deploy landing gear.
Gear down.
First
There
landing
is something
is
of
spotted.
interest within
Your
50
orders,
kilometers
Commander.
of the
Reporting for
ship.
duty.
We may soon pass through a region of space where the cosmic microwave background radiation is slightly warmer. This can give us clues about the early universe.
First footfall has been recorded. Congratulations, Commander.
Analyzing telemetry.
That's the first sample of bacterium halcyonium collected, boss. Now find another colony at least 500 meters away.
Might jump in the SRV, I think. Deploy SRV. Deploy SRV.
Deploying SRV.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We've got the tussocks directly in front of us.
You just found another location for an emerald tussock cultro. That's been logged in our codex, Commander. It's worth around 8.83 million credits if you collect a sample, as it will be the first from this newly discovered body. First ever discovery of emerald tussock cultro on this body. We will earn 5 times the base scan value for handing this one in.
Disembark.
Affirmative.
We have moved far enough away. Now look for another sample. You just found another location for a green stratum tectonicus. That's been logged in our codex, Commander.
That one's worth
It's worth
95
around
million.
95.05 million credits if you collect a sample, as it will be the first from this newly discovered body. Looks like this is the first ever scan of green stratum tectonicus on this body, boss. We will earn 5 times its sample value when we hand it in.
There's some bacteria. Stratus. Here's the bacteria. Disembark.
Executing now.
So far, without counting the fungoid or the protexo,
The environmental control systems are functioning perfectly, and I've completed a routine air quality test. The air quality is well within acceptable levels for all crew members.
Oh, too far. It'll be worth over 100 million to scan this one.
Extraction module
Second sample
readying.
collected, Commander. Now move another 500 meters from here and look for the third and final sample needed.
Capable of living in the full spectrum of temperatures, chemical soups and atmospheres. They form a kaleidoscopic range of patterns and colors based on their method of metabolism. They derive energy from photosynthetic, chemosynthetic or thermosynthetic processes. These are believed to be the precursors for many life forms and are often found in conjunction with other species. Links between the biochemistry of bacterial colonies and neighboring organisms are likely, but as yet unproven.
We're now far enough away from the prior sample, Commander.
Disembark. And there it is right there.
Acknowledged, Commander.
Yep, she green.
Biological sample complete.
Bacterium alcyonium.
That sample is
A
complete,
bacterial
Commander.
species found in ammonia-based atmospheres that lives in sunlight. A
There are
colony's
2 known
appearance
species left to
resembles
scan
an
that meet your
intricate
minimum value threshold, and 2 unknown species left to scan on this body, Commander.
Biological sample collected. Tussock.
That's our first sample
Minimum
collected,
distance between
Commander.
2 genetic
Now
samples,
move at least
200
200
meters.
meters from here to find a different colony to continue the collection.
200. This is far enough. Not quite. Worth that one. Right, back to the SR there.
I am sorry, Commander. I cannot find a shipyard selling a Federal corvette within our search radius.
Well, that's because I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I didn't actually ask for that. That's okay.
at a suitable distance to take the next sample.
There we go, that'll do. Disembark.
Okay. Fascinating.
Second
Robust
sample collected,
photosynthetic
boss.
plants,
Now move
similar
another
in
200
appearance
meters
to
from
clump
here and look for the
grasses.
third
They have a
and final
shallow
sample
but
needed.
complex root structure, which requires a solid surface to produce structural stability. Clumps may form through tillering or wider dispersal through a variety of seeding mechanisms. Some species have adapted cellular structures containing high sugar concentrations
We're
to
at a
protect
suitable
against
distance
freezing
to take
damage.
the next sample.
Disembark.
Affirmative, stand by. Compiling data now. Tussock cultro. A tussock species with tall, sharp reeds
Nicely
reaching
done.
about 2
Stud.
meters,
You
You're
did.
becoming
characterized
quite
by
the
narrow
expert at
markings
gathering
along their length.
biological samples. There are 1 known species left to scan that meet your minimum value threshold, and 2 unknown species left to scan on this body, GT.
You'll do for a start. Disembark.
Affirmative. Biological sample taken.
That's
Stratum.
our first sample.
Minimum
collected
distance
bonehead.
between 2
Now
genetic
move at
samples,
least 500
500
meters from
meters.
here to find a different colony to continue the collection. We're now far enough away from the prior sample, boss.
Disembark.
By your command. That's interesting.
Second
Stratum.
tectonicus
Low-lying
sample
photosynthetic
collected.
organisms
1 to
that
go.
bond
Now
tightly
move
to the
another
surface of
500 meters
rocks.
from here
The
and
body of
find
the
our last
organism may
sample.
be embedded in the rock's subsurface to provide protection from the elements, leaving the tough photosynthetic proto-leaves exposed. Their simple proto-evolutionary nature means that they are a common sight on the rocky worlds. Coloration is driven by a mixture of the mineral content of the attached rock and the absorption spectral of the nearby stellar body. Your next sample should be taken from a colony of these over 500 meters from here.
We're now far enough away from the prior sample, boss.
Listen back.
Of course.
There are no credible rumors at this point, although there are
Alien
some
life
credible,
identified.
quite influential
Stratum
corporations
tectonicus,
that
a
believe
stratum
that something
species with a thick
intelligent
rock-like
life
outer
is
shell
in the
covered with an
outer
irregular
regions.
lattice of brighter cells that absorb sunlight for photosynthesis.
2 unknown species left to find and identify on this body, Bonehead.
Bonehead? You called me wonderful before. Oh my gosh. Recover buggy. Recover SRV.
And where the fuck have you been? That SRV looks
Keep
like
an eye
shit.
out for gamma ray
The
bursts,
ship's
which are
fucking
among the
powered.
brightest
Drive
and
that
most
better than you
energetic
can.
events in the universe.
Gee, thanks.
They can last from a few milliseconds to several minutes and come from extremely distant galaxies.
Dust off.
Ascending to 30 meters, retracting modules, handing you the car.
So we want to get out to where the surface scanner is now available again. We've done stratum, we've done bacterium, and we've done Tossix. We need to do Frutexa. Fungoida. I'm going to go for just the Fungoida. Frutexa apparently is available everywhere.
Did you know that there are neutron stars that rotate up to 700 times per second? That's fast enough to cause a lighthouse-like beam of light that we might be able to see in our journey.
Looks like the best spot to go for. So because we won't have the tussocks in these areas,
You know what's great about space? No one can hear you scream unless you have your mic on.
I'll turn it off then.
Keep an eye out for quasars, which are extremely bright and distant objects powered by supermassive black holes. They're so bright that they can outshine entire galaxies.
Just a rock. Oh, there's something there.
Congratulations, Commander. This looks like the first time we have found a grey Frutexa metallicum. Another entry for our codex. With this being on a first footfall body, that's worth around 8.16 million credits if you get a sample. Nicely done. A grey
True,
Frutexa
the fuel
metallicum
cells are
sample
operating
on this
within
body
expected
that has not been
parameters,
reported to
but we
background
should keep an eye
systems.
on them to
Run
ensure they
EDIM
remain
to
stable.
notify external parties of this discovery. A sample is worth around 8.16 million credits. We have
There is a
touched down.
point of interest
Commander,
within
our
50
second landing on
kilometers of
this
the ship.
body.
Go lay down. Where was it? There it is.
There are no places of interest of type miners within our search radius.
The furthest one from here, which is this one here.
Lifeform reading saved. Frutexa.
That's our
Minimum
first
distance
sample
between
collected,
two
Commander.
genetic samples,
Now move
150
at least 150
meters.
meters from here to find a different colony to continue the collection.
150 meters. Well, that's not big enough. Almost, but not quite.
There are no songs in that folder to play, lover.
I never said to play songs.
We're now at an appropriate distance to find a new colony of this species, GT. We have moved too close to the prior sample colony Grey. We need to move further away. We have moved far enough away. Now look for another sample.
Collecting data.
Second
Frutexa.
sample collected, Commander.
Robust
Now
woody
move
plants
another
with deep
150
rooting
meters
structures
from
to
here
gather
and look for the
liquids
third
and
final
hold
sample
themselves in
needed.
place where the ground may be unstable. They are photosynthetic organisms with specialized photoreceptors that work even in low light conditions. As such, they are highly successful and are widespread and diverse in nature. Their small leaf structures protect them against extremely low temperatures and liquid loss in higher temperatures.
We're at a suitable distance to take the next sample.
Scan complete. Frutexa metallicum. This species of Frutexa has an almost metallic shine to
Awesome
its
job
small
on
leaves.
scanning those 3
Along its upper
colonies.
branches
You're
grow
making
spherical
progress in your
spores,
exploration
which each have a
endeavors.
star-shaped opening to increase germination.
One unknown species left to find and identify on this body, beloved.
120 million so far for this one. So if the fungoida is worth anything, then hopefully
Keep an eye out for a red giant star, which is much larger and brighter than our Sunday. These stars are in the later stages of their life, and observing them can help us understand the fate of our own star in the distant future.
night vision.
Acknowledged.
Sometimes it's easier to see clumps of things with night vision on. Other times it's just a distraction.
I think I saw a Thargoid playing poker with a bunch of barnacles the other day.
Checks up. Once we find where this fungoida lives, which will usually be either on plains or on mountains, depending which type it is. Night vision off. Night vision.
Affirmative.
Keep an eye out for supernovae, which are the explosive deaths of massive stars. They can be incredibly bright and can briefly outshine an entire galaxy.
Engage Super Cruise.
Engaging cruise.
3/4 impulse.
I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is we're not lost. The bad news is I have no idea where we are.
So we need to keep on a heading of 35 to 40. Rocks over there, that's not what I'm looking for.
The main power grid is stable, and all subsystems are functioning normally. Good job, crew.
You just found another location for a grey Frutexa metallicum. That's been logged in our codex, Commander. We will also get a scan bonus if we collect samples, for being the first to bring samples from this body.
Already done that. Lights.
Alrighty then, Master.
The shields have taken some hits from space debris, but they are still holding at 90%. I suggest we take a few minutes to reinforce them.
Night vision. Texa. Yep. Let's check right down in the valleys.
Welcome to our luxury space cruise, where the only destination is deep space and the only activities are sitting and waiting.
Night vision.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Where could it be? Welcome into the stream. Trying to find some fungoida and not having a lot of luck doing so.
Commander, the thrusters need some repairs after our last maneuver.
Oh no,
It will take a few hours to fix, but we'll get them back up to full strength.
I'm using them a lot at the moment. Don't do anything.
Do you ever wonder if your virtual co-pilot is secretly plotting to take over the galaxy or something?
Oh,
No
I know
reason
that
for
Doris
asking.
is.
Just curious.
I know Doris is. Delta's probably not far behind her. Alright, I'm done. Next system en route.
System destination locked.
Engage warp.
Jumping.
I'm kind of disappointed in myself, but I've got to get back and hand some stuff in.
Jumping to sinewy, XY to show C7-1. This star and the subsequent 7 stars are all scoopable, so only scoop here if you are low on fuel.
Analyze.
The ship's
now 20
communication
jumps
systems
from
are
HIP
operating as expected,
90578.
but I've detected some interference in the subspace channels. I'll look into the
Della.
issue and keep you updated.
9, bodies in this system. This body has already been discovered and mapped. This body has already been discovered and mapped. This body has been discovered and mapped. This body has already been discovered and mapped. You have found a terraformable high metal content
It's
world.
not a new discovery though.
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 15 high metal content and 1 terraformable high metal 1 rocky
Jumping to
bodies
sinewy.
in this system.
CO-Z317-0.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 87%
This next star is
of
scoopable,
maximum.
as are the subsequent 6 stars in our route.
Scanning
We're
for
now 19
information.
jumps from HIP 90578.
Commander, we've detected a slight fluctuation in the artificial
There
gravity
are
system.
31
It could be a minor
bodies
issue,
in this
but I
system.
recommend we investigate further.
So we've got several gas giants, some ices and some high metal contents, and some asteroids. So it's got a ring around it.
Two geological
This body
signals
has
detected
already
on
been
body
discovered,
AB6A.
but not mapped. This body has been
Two
discovered,
geological
but not
signals
mapped.
detected on body AB6B.
This body has already been discovered, but not mapped.
Two geological signals detected on body AB6C.
This body has been discovered, but not mapped.
Two geological signals
This
detected
body
on
has
body
already been
AB5B.
discovered, but not mapped.
Two
This
geological
body has been
signals
discovered,
detected on body
but not mapped.
AB5A. Two geological signals detected on body AB5C.
Commander, I've completed the diagnostics on the propulsion system. Everything is working perfectly.
What it was. It didn't crack.
Two geological
This
signals
body has
detected
already
on
been
body
discovered,
AB4A.
but not mapped. This
Three
body
geological
has been
signals
discovered,
detected on
but
body
not mapped.
AB3A.
This body has already been discovered, but not mapped.
Two
This body
geological
has been
signals
discovered,
detected on
but
body
not mapped.
AB3B.
This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been
Two
discovered,
geological
but not
signals
mapped.
detected on body AB1A.
This body has already been discovered, but not mapped.
Two geological signals detected on
This
body
body has been
AB1C.
discovered, but not mapped. This
Two
body has
geological
already
signals
been
detected on
discovered,
body
but not
AB1D.
mapped. This body has been
Two
discovered,
geological
but not
signals
mapped.
detected on body AB1B.
This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped.
Three geological
This
signals
body has been
detected on body
discovered,
B1.
but not mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. You have discovered all the planetary bodies
Keep an eye out
in
for
this
planetary
system.
nebulae, which are clouds of gas and dust
You
formed
have
from dying stars.
discovered
They can be
4
quite colorful and can
high
sometimes have
metal
interesting
content,
shapes.
1 rocky body, 18 icy bodies, 4 class 1 gas giants, 1. Class 3 gas
Jumping to
giant.
Sinewy,
In this system,
B19-0.
the system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are
This
at
star we are jumping to is
92%
scoopable, as are the
of
subsequent 5
maximum.
stars in our route.
Scanning
We're
for
now 18
information.
jumps from HIP 90578.
There are 2 bodies in this system. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered in this system
Jumping to Sinewy, BG Yada, Yada Yada.
the system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are at
This next star is scoopable, as are the
of
subsequent
maximum.
4 stars in our route.
Completing system
We're now
scan for
17 jumps
cartography.
from HIP 90578.
Crew, the life support systems are all green.
There are
However, we
3
need to check the Code 2
bodies in
scrubbers
this
and replace
system.
any filters that are dirty.
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered in this system
Jumping to Sinewy, IO-P B23-0. Our next star is scoopable, as are the subsequent 3 stars in our route. We have 16
Alright.
jumps left to go.
there are 6 bodies in this system.
I guess, giant. I think it's just one.
Commander, I'm seeing some unusual power fluctuations in the ship's lighting system. I'm investigating the issue and will let you know what I find.
One biological signal detected on body 3A.
This body has been discovered, but not mapped.
3A has already been
You have
discovered, but
discovered
has an
all the
atmosphere and
planetary
is landable.
bodies in this system. You have discovered 2 high metal content, 2 icy bodies, and 1 Class 1 gas giant in this system.
Jumping to Sinewy, EL-K B26-0.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel
This star and the
reserves are
subsequent
at
2 stars are all
84%
scoopable, so only scoop here
of
if you are low
maximum.
on fuel.
Scanning.
We're now 15 jumps from HIP 90578.
There are 14 bodies in this system.
Oh, I see.
Crew, we need to replace the fusion reactor's cooling system before it fails. It's a priority task.
One biological
This
signal
body has
detected
been
on body
discovered
C2.
and mapped.
C2 is landable with atmosphere. Not a
This
first
body
discovery.
has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been discovered,
Nice job,
but
sweetie.
not mapped.
C3 has already been discovered.
This
but
body
it's
has
landable
already
with an
been
atmosphere.
discovered, but not mapped.
Where's this last one?
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 11 icy bodies in this system.
Selecting next destination.
Three-quarter impulse.
Acknowledged. Three-quarter
Engage
impulse now.
Jumping.
Number 1. The power grid is stable and all generators are running without issue.
Jumping to Sinewy, UX-G B28-0. This star and the subsequent star are scoopable, so only scoop here if you are low on fuel.
Or if it just fills up.
14
Gathering
jumps left to our
information.
target destination.
Cartography
Commander.
updated. There are 2 bodies in this system. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system.
Left panel.
You have discovered
Right
11
panel.
icy bodies in this system.
Forward.
Jumping to Sinewy, TU-N D7-29.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves are
This
at
star we are heading to is
84%
scoopable, but the subsequent star
of
in our
maximum.
route is not.
Analyzing now.
We are now 13 jumps from HIP 90578.
Commander, we've detected a minor fault in the
There
secondary
are
power coupling.
17
We're addressing it
bodies in
now,
this
and it shouldn't
system.
affect our operations.
You have found a terraformable
2
high
is
metal
terraformable.
content world,
It's not a new
and it
discovery,
can be
though.
worth approximately
3 geological
600,000
signals
credits when
detected on
scanned
body
and
one.
mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped.
Probably doesn't have.
This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped.
It's all of them.
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system.
True, the communication array is down.
You have discovered.
We're currently working on a
1.
fix, but it may
High
take some
metal
time.
Content. 1. Terraformable high metal content. 6. Rocky bodies. 7. Icy bodies.
Entry guide.
Jumping to Sinewy, RZ-N D7-2.
And, in this system, the system's primary star is not scoopable. Fuel reserves
This
are
next
at
star is not scoopable,
82%
but the subsequent 4
of
jumps in our
maximum.
route all have scoopable stars.
Right.
We are now 12 jumps from HIP 90578.
There are 3 bodies in this system.
Jumping to simulate, UF-M D8-34.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel
The subsequent
reserves
3
are
stars
at
are also scoopable,
68%
so no need to refill the tank
of
here,
maximum.
Commander. We're now
Compiling
11 jumps
data
from
now.
HIP 90578.
There are 14 bodies in this system.
The atmospheric control systems are functioning at optimal levels. We shouldn't have any issues with air quality or temperature.
And looks like we're around B.
This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body
2
has already
biological
been
signals
discovered,
detected on
but
body
not
B1.
mapped. This body has been discovered, but not
B1,
mapped.
another landable with atmosphere.
This
already
body has
discovered.
been discovered, but not mapped.
2 biological
This
signals
body has
detected
already
on
been
body
discovered,
B2A.
but not mapped. This body has
B2A,
already been
another
discovered,
landable with
but
atmosphere,
not mapped.
but already discovered.
You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system.
System map's what I want.
You have discovered 12 icy bodies in this system.
Two bios there. Two bios there.
There are no places of interest of type ship buyers within our search radius.
We may soon witness a gamma ray burst from a distant galaxy. This is a powerful explosion of high-energy radiation that can be the brightest event in the universe.
$105,000 used to be a long, long way.
In this region of space, we may come across a planetary nebula. It's a beautiful and colorful cosmic cloud formed from gas and dust expelled by a dying star. We should be able to get some amazing images from our telescopes.
Going too fast. Landable too.
Commander, if we're going to be stuck in deep space much longer, can we at least start a book club or something?
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Crew, we could soon pass through a region of space where there are many rogue planets. These are planets that are not orbiting a star and can provide us with insights into the process of planet formation.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Feel for this one.
Crew, the environmental control system is functioning optimally. Air quality and temperature are within safe ranges.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Crew, we could soon see a supernova explosion in a nearby star system. This is a powerful explosion that will briefly outshine the entire galaxy.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Too quick past that one.
Just a heads up, I have strategically placed a rubber chicken in the cockpit. Safety first, you know.
Can't see it anyway.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done, Commander. You gain the efficiency bonus. A2A from memory has the biologicals on it.
You might see a galaxy cluster, which is a group of galaxies held together by gravity. They can contain thousands of galaxies, and studying them can tell us a lot about the structure of the universe.
So 2, 1, 3, and 4 probably. No, 2, 1, 4, 3. Close.
Confirmed, Grey.
See what we've got.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Helm, the inertial dampening system is functioning properly, but I suggest we increase the dampening level during our next maneuver to ensure crew comfort.
Not changing nothing. This needs 2 probes, we'll give it 2 probes.
Two biological
fully
signals
mapped this
detected on
body.
body B2.
Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Everywhere.
You have discovered biological surface features on this planet. This body has been discovered, but not mapped.
That's about to be. There's there. As bright as we can get it.
We're approaching body B2A. This one's an icy
Keep
body.
an eye out for gravitational
Gravity is
lenses, which occur when the
0.05
gravity
G.
of a massive
Surface
object,
temperature
like a
is
galaxy,
minus
bends the light from a more
219
distant
degrees
object.
Celsius.
This can make the more distant object appear distorted or magnified.
Head for this crater. There's some already. Deploy landing gear.
Lowering landing gear.
Stop doing that to me. I just want to scan it first.
Congratulations, Commander. This looks like the first time we have found a Mauve Fonticulua campestris. Another entry for our codex. That's worth around 1 million credits if you get a sample.
Only a million.
Mauve Fonticulua campestris has not previously been recorded by Canon for this body, Commander.
In this region of
It's
space,
worth
we
around
might
1
see a
million
magnetar,
credits.
a type of neutron
Perhaps
star
run
with an
EDCoPilot
incredibly strong
to
magnetic field.
broadcast this data.
These objects are thought to be responsible for some of the most powerful explosions in the universe.
Deploy SRP.
There is something
That's
of
our
interest
first landing
within
on this
50
body.
kilometers
Commander,
of the ship.
what's the plan?
But
Affirmative, stand by.
First footfall has been recorded. Congratulations, Commander.
Alien sample collected. Fonticular.
That's the first
Minimum
sample
distance
of
between
Fonticulua
two genetic
campestris
samples,
collected, Commander.
500 meters.
Now
That's
find
what
another
500.
colony at least 500 meters away.
disembark.
We're now at an appropriate
Initiating.
distance to find a new colony of this species. Boss.
Commander, we've completed the diagnostic on the propulsion system and it's fully operational.
Scanning now. Fonticula.
Second sample
Photosynthetic
collected
colony
stud. Now move
organisms
another
found
500
exclusively
meters from
on
here and
ice
look for the
worlds,
third and
where they have
final sample
embraced
needed.
the surrounding frozen material as a form of protection. As the fonticulars develop, they melt ice from around them, absorbing the liquid through tiny cellular pores and passing it to the colony's reproductive edge. Here, the liquid is excreted and immediately refreezes, creating hard, translucent exoskeletons that provide protection for the organisms. Frond structures create a wide, flat space that expose internal photosynthetic cells to as much light as possible. Reproduction appears to occur by colony division, most likely when a shard of the structure collapses under its own weight, and the smaller shard creates a new colony.
We're now at an appropriate distance to find a new colony of this species. Boss.
Disembark.
Certainly. Adding to database. Fonticula campestris. These fonticula thrive in argon
Well done,
atmospheres
boss.
and
You've
can
gathered
reach
all the
4
samples
meters
you
in
need for
height.
this species.
They feature huge leaf-like structures to capture sunlight for conversion to
There
energy.
are still one unknown species left to scan on this body, boss.
And one.
Confirmed stud.
Lights off.
I think I might have forgotten to pay the space toll at our last port of call. I hope they don't send space cops after us.
Recover something.
Did you have fun out there, dicking around with your jets and guns?
Yep.
You looked like a right twat.
Gee, thanks.
Number 1. The gravimetric sensors are indicating a slight deviation from expected readings. It could be a minor calibration issue or something more significant.
Bacterium tend to like it flat areas. And there we are.
Congratulations, Commander. This looks like the first time we have found a Cyanobacterium vesicular. Another entry for our codex. With this being on a first footfall body, that's worth around 5 million credits if you get a sample. Nicely done. A Cyanobacterium vesicular sample on this body that has not been reported to back-end systems. Run EDC to notify external parties of this discovery. A sample is worth around 5 million credits.
We may soon pass through a dense interstellar cloud, which can cause a cosmic ray shower. This will produce some stunning auroras, but also poses a risk to our electronics.
Sometimes it's quick, it'll land yourself.
There is a point of interest
That's our
within
second
50
landing on this body,
kilometers of the
boss.
ship.
Disembark.
What's the plan?
Handoff complete.
Now we flew over it, that's fine.
Phenomenal.
Bacteria.
That's the
Your
first
next
sample of
sample should be
Bacterium
taken from a
vesicular
colony of
collected,
these
boss.
from over
Now find
500
another
meters
colony
from
at least
here.
500 meters away.
Careful, it's a bit
The shields are holding up well, but I've noticed some power fluctuations in the main generator. I'll keep an eye on it, but we may need to investigate the issue further.
We have moved far enough away. Now look for another sample.
That's what I'm doing.
Keep an eye out for pulsating stars. They expand and contract periodically, varying in brightness in a regular cycle. Some can be used as a measure of distance to other galaxies.
We have
There is
touched down.
something of
Commander,
interest within
our
50
third landing
kilometers
is
of the
spotted.
ship.
Biological sample taken.
Second sample collected, Commander. Now
Bacteria,
move another 500 meters from here and look for the third and final sample
capable
needed.
of living in the full spectrum of temperatures, chemical soups and atmospheres. They form a kaleidoscopic range of patterns
One
and
to go.
colours based on their method of metabolism. They derive energy from photosynthetic, chemosynthetic or thermosynthetic processes. These are believed to be the precursors for many life forms and are often found in conjunction with other species. Links between the biochemistry of bacterial
Commander, the main
colonies and
coolant pump
neighbouring
is experiencing a
organisms are
slight
likely,
decrease
but
in
as yet
efficiency.
unproven.
It's nothing serious yet, but it may require
We're now
maintenance
far
in the
enough
near
away
future.
from the prior sample. Boss.
There is a point of
That's our
interest
fourth
within
landing.
50
ship.
kilometers of
Commander,
the ship.
what's the plan?
Lifeform reading saved.
Bacterium vesicular. These bacteria survive on worlds
That's
with
another
argon-based
sample collected.
atmospheres
What
and
next,
appear as
Gray?
a collection of tight loops on the ground.
Looks like we have scanned all of the species of interest on this body, Commander.
Dust off.
Ascending to 30 meters, retracting modules, handing you the call.
you might see a black hole surrounded by a glowing ring of hot gas. This is known as an accretion disk, and it's formed as the black hole sucks in matter from its surroundings.
Same ones, I'm just gonna skip this. Maybe. No, I'll at least lean.
You know what they say about black holes, right? Once you cross the event horizon, you're never coming back.
No, this is be a planet.
Two biological signals detected on body B1.
Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Detecting
Their
two
biology
signals
has
of
always been
bacteria
discovered,
and fonticulum.
but not
Oh,
mapped.
well.
Approaching body B1. It is an icy body with gravity of 0.22 g and a surface temperature of -208 degrees Celsius.
The warp engines are functioning within expected parameters, but I've detected some unusual energy readings in the starboard nacelle. I'll investigate and let you know if we need to take any action.
I'm already. They look the same. They may be a different color. Nope, same ones.
You just found another location for a mauve fonticulua campestris. That's been logged in our codex, Commander. It's worth around 1 million credits if you collect a sample.
Might as well since I'm here anyway, and it gives me the first
Nicely
football.
done. A mauve fonticulua
In the coming days,
sample
we
on
may
this body
encounter a
that has
cosmic
not
ray
been
burst,
reported
an
to
extremely
backend
energetic
systems.
explosion that
Run
emits
ahead
high-energy
and
particles
notify
into
external
space.
parties of this
These
discovery.
bursts can come
A
from many
sample is
sources
worth
and are of
around
great
1
interest
million
to
credits.
scientists.
SRV.
There is a point of
That's our
interest
first
within
landing on this
50
body.
kilometers
Hello.
of the ship.
What's the plan?
Permission to speak freely.
Yes. No, don't say anything, man. Disembark.
Right away, Commander.
First footfall has been recorded.
Scanning now.
Congratulations, Master.
Fonticular. Minimum distance between two genetic samples, 500
That's our
meters.
first sample collected, Commander. Now move at least 500 meters from here to find a different colony to continue the collection.
Select ship.
She may not look like much, but she did the Kessel run in 12 parsecs. We took a shortcut. We're at a suitable distance to take the next sample.
Disembark.
Affirmative. Stand by. Analyzing telemetry.
Second sample collected, Commander.
Fonticular.
Now move another 500
Photosynthetic
meters from
colony
here and look
organisms
for the
found
third and final
exclusively
sample
on
needed.
ice worlds, where they have embraced the surrounding frozen material as a form of protection. As the fonticulars develop, they melt ice from around them, absorbing the liquid through tiny cellular pores and passing it to the colony's reproductive edge. Here, the liquid is excreted and immediately refreezes, creating hard, translucent exoskeletons that provide protection for the organisms. Frond structures create a wide, flat space that expose internal photosynthetic cells to as much light as possible. Reproduction appears to occur by colony division, most likely when a shard of the structure collapses under its own weight, and the smaller shard creates a new colony.
We have moved far enough away. Now look for another sample.
Disembark.
Executing now.
We have moved too close to the prior sample colony, Commander. We need to move further away.
Recover SRV.
In the
And
next
where the
system,
fuck have
we
you
will have
been?
the opportunity
That
to observe a
SRV
black
looks
hole.
like
Welcome
shit.
back.
It
A
is a
ship's
region of
fucking parrot could drive that better than you can.
I've already said that tonight. How rude.
Collecting data. Fonticula campestris. These fonticula
Great
thrive
work.
in
We
argon
can hand this
atmospheres
sample in
and
at
can
Vista
reach
Genomics
4
for some
meters in
cash.
height.
Not a lot
They
of cash,
feature
but
huge
it may pay your
leaf-like
bar tab.
structures to capture sunlight for conversion to energy.
One unknown species left to find and identify on this body, Commander.
I've just completed a routine inspection of the ship's power distribution system, and everything is functioning correctly. We have plenty of power to spare for all systems.
Oh, there we go, I think. Yep, that's the one.
Congratulations, Commander. This looks
new
like
one.
the first time we have found a mulberry bacterium vesicular. Another entry for our codex. With this being on a first
Boy,
football
landing
body, that's worth around 5 million credits if you get a sample.
Locked.
So we've got cyan and mulberry in this one.
Mulberry bacterium vesicular has not previously been recorded by Canon for this body, Commander. It's worth around 5 million credits. Perhaps run an EDC client to
There is
broadcast
something
this
of
data.
interest within 50
Super.
kilometers of the
We
ship.
have touched down.
Returning
Commander,
from standby
our
mode.
second landing on this body.
Scanning now.
That's the first sample of bacterium vesicular
Bacteria.
collected, Commander.
Your next
Now find
sample
another
should be
colony
taken
at
from
least
a colony of
500
these
meters away.
From over 500 meters from here.
Crew, we need to reroute some power to the
We're
sensors to
now
fix a
at an
glitch we are
appropriate
seeing.
distance to find a new colony
Please make
of this
sure
species.
non-essential systems
Gray.
are shut down to avoid an overload.
There is something of interest
That's our
within
third
15
landing
for
kilometers of the
Boss,
ship.
what's the plan?
That's interesting.
Second bacterium vesicular sample collected. 1 to go. Now move another 500 meters from here and find our last sample.
And atmospheres. They form a kaleidoscopic range of patterns and colors based on their method of metabolism. They derive energy from photosynthetic, chemosynthetic, or thermosynthetic processes. These are believed to be the precursors for many life forms, and are often found in conjunction with other species. Links between the biochemistry of bacterial colonies and neighboring organisms are likely, but as yet unproven.
We're now far enough away from the prior sample, boss.
Look out for quasar, a very bright and distant object that emits large amounts of energy. Quasars are among the most luminous and powerful objects in the universe, and studying them can tell us about the early days of the universe.
The first two were easy. There we go. Deploy landing gear.
As we travel through this region, we will encounter a dark nebula, a cloud of dust and gas that obscures the light from the stars behind it. It will be a challenge to study, but we might be able to learn more about the process of star formation.
We have touched
There is a
down.
point of
Commander,
interest within
our fourth
15
Departure
kilometers of the
procedures
ship.
initiating. Identifying.
Bacterium vesicular. These bacteria survive on worlds with
Nice.
argon-based
That sample will pay us a
and
few
appear
credits
as a
when we cash
collection
it in.
of tight loops on the ground.
Looks like we have scanned all of the species of interest on this body, Commander.
Dust off.
Stand by. Distancing to 30 meters.
Look out for red giant stars, which are some of the largest stars in the universe. They're called red giants because they're red and much larger than the sun.
System map.
System cartography.
I know I've done some of these. Room 4 need to be mapped next.
You know what they say, Commander. In space, nobody can hear you honk.
There are 14 bodies in this system. Just need 2 for that one.
The life support systems are in excellent condition, and I've just completed a thorough inspection. We should have no trouble maintaining a comfortable living environment for the
You have
crew.
fully mapped this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
This one.
Did you know that in space, no one can hear your bad jokes? Maybe I should just keep them to myself.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done, Commander. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Space, no one can hear your bad jokes. Unless, of course, you've got the microphone on. Too fast.
Crew, we may soon witness a solar flare from a nearby star. This is a sudden and intense burst of radiation that can disrupt our electronics, so be sure to take necessary precautions.
You have fully mapped this body. Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus.
Do you ever think about how insignificant we are in the grand scheme of the universe? I mean, we're basically just tiny specks flying through an infinite void. Anyway, back to work.
All stations. Say hello to the stream.
I'm here to assist you with the ship's systems.
As we travel deeper into the galaxy, we may encounter a pulsar, a
All
highly
stations
magnetized
report.
rotating star that emits beams of electromagnetic radiation. These pulsars can be observed from great distances and are a fascinating subject for study.
waiting.
Ladies, take your positions.
You have fully mapped this body.
Crew command roster.
Nicely done. You gain the efficiency bonus. This body has been discovered, but not mapped.
Reminding you to take a break and stretch your legs every now and then, Commander.
Next system en route.
Selecting next system en route.
3/4 impulse.
3/4 impulse.
Rotate the watch.
Affirmative.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Affirmative, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
You're wasting my time.
Right away, Commander.
Standing by.
Of course.
That is all.
Loud and clear. Standing by.
Engage warp.
Charging the FTL drive.
Full impulse.
Full impulse engaging.
Leaving system.
Jumping to Sinewy, EDCoPilot 36-0.
The system's primary star is scoopable.
This
Fuel
star we are jumping
reserves
to
are
is
at
scoopable, as are the subsequent 2 stars in our route.
58% of maximum.
We're now
Adding
10 jumps
information
from
to
HIP
database.
90578.
There are 14 bodies in this system. This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 1. High metal content, 9. Icy bodies, and 2.
Jumping to Sinewy,
Rocky icy bodies.
D9-30.
In this system, the system's primary star is scoopable.
Our next
Fuel
star is
reserves
scoopable,
are at
as is the subsequent star in our route.
67% of maximum.
Scan started.
We're now 9
Stand by.
jumps from HIP 90578.
There are 6 bodies in this system. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 4. High
Accessing
metal
cartography.
content. In this system,
Need to get back to civilization.
Adjusting for jump.
Jumping to Sinewy, RM-I B420. Make sure we have enough fuel at this next star for at least 2 more jumps, as the subsequent star is not scoopable. 8 jumps remaining in our route.
there are 2 bodies in this system. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 4 high metal content in this system.
Grand Dwarf coming up.
Jumping to Sinewy, OD-H B43-3.
The system's primary star is not scoopable. Fuel reserves are at 84%
The star coming up is not
of
scoopable,
maximum.
but the subsequent 4 jumps in our route all have scoopable stars.
Completing system
We're now
scans.
7
Stand
jumps
by.
from HIP
Gathering information.
90578.
Cartography updated.
There are 8 bodies in this system. This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered and mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has already been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped. This body has been discovered, but not mapped. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 7 icy bodies in this system.
Preparing for jump.
Jumping to sinewy EZ Smegety Smeg.
The system's primary star is scoopable.
The subsequent 3
Your
stars are also
reserves are
scoopable,
at
so no need to refill the tank here,
67%
Commander.
of maximum.
Completing
6
system
jumps
scan
left
for
to our
cartography.
target destination, Commander. There are 2 bodies in this system which
There
have
are
biological signals whose
21
type has not been confirmed.
bodies in this
Instead,
system.
perhaps we should explore further. Five biological
This
signals
body has
detected on
already
body
been
A3.
discovered and mapped. This body has been
A3 is
discovered
landable with
and
atmosphere.
mapped.
Not a first discovery though.
This body has already been discovered and mapped.
2 biological signals detected on body A3A.
This body has already been discovered and mapped.
Nice.
This body
A3A
has been
already
discovered
been
and
discovered,
mapped.
but it's landable with an atmosphere.
This body has already been discovered,
1
but not
biological
mapped.
signal detected on body AB1.
This body has already been
AB1 is
discovered,
landable with
but not
atmosphere.
mapped.
Not a first discovery though.
This body has already been discovered and mapped. This body has been discovered and mapped. This body has already been discovered and mapped. This body has been discovered and mapped. This body has already been discovered and mapped.
One biological
This
signal
body has been
detected on body
discovered
C5.
and mapped.
Body C5
This
has an
body has
atmosphere
been
and is
discovered,
landable.
but not
our
mapped.
discovery, but could be a chance of first footfall.
This body has already been discovered and mapped. This body has been discovered and mapped. This body has been discovered and mapped. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 4 high metal content, 1 rocky body, 12 icy bodies, and in this system
done. Make it like a tree and get the fuck out of here.
Jumping to Col 285 Sector SC-B B14-2.
The system's primary star is scoopable.
This
Fuel
next star is
reserves
scoopable,
are at
as are the subsequent 2 stars in our route.
74% of maximum.
Five jumps remaining in our route.
There are 2 bodies in this system. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered in this system
Jumping to XZJ-ZB5.
the system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves
This
are
one's
at
scoopable, as is the subsequent star, so only scoop
61%
here
of
if you feel the
maximum.
need.
Compiling
We're
data
now 4 jumps from HIP 90578.
There are 8 bodies in this system. This body has already been discovered and mapped. This body has already been discovered and mapped. This body has been discovered and mapped. This body has been discovered and mapped. This body has already been discovered and mapped. This body has already been discovered and mapped. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered 7 icy bodies in this system.
We will reach our destination in 4 jumps.
About 320 light years out.
Jumping to Shui Wei Sector FH-B3-3.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel
Make sure we
reserves
have
are
enough
at
fuel at this next star for at least 2 more jumps,
84%
as
of
the subsequent
maximum.
star is not scoopable.
Compiling
We're
data
now
for
3 jumps
cartography.
from HIP 90578.
There are 2 bodies in this system. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered in this system
Jumping to Alrai sector QN-K A8-2.
The system's primary star is not scoopable. Fuel reserves are
This
at
star isn't scoopable, but we can scoop at the next 2 stars
maximum.
after this.
Scanning area.
We are now 2 jumps from HIP 90578. There are 2 bodies in this system which have
There
biological
are
signals whose
8
type has not been
bodies
confirmed,
in this
Commander.
system.
One biological signal detected on Body
This
1.
body has been discovered and mapped.
Body 1 has an atmosphere and is landable. Not our discovery, but could be a chance of first footfall.
This body has been discovered and mapped.
2 geological signals
This
detected
body
on
has
Body
already
3.
been discovered and mapped.
Nice
This
job,
body
boss.
has been
3
discovered
has already
and
been
mapped.
discovered, but it's landable with an atmosphere. 4 is landable with atmosphere. Not a first discovery though.
This body has already been discovered and mapped.
1 biological signal and 2
You have
geological
discovered
signals
all the
detected on
planetary
Body
bodies in this system.
2.
You
has
have
already been
discovered
discovered, but has an
7
atmosphere and is
icy
landable.
bodies in this system.
Nothing to see there. Already been done once.
Jumping to Coal 285 sector KP yada yada yada.
The system's primary star is scoopable.
This star
Fuel
and the subsequent
reserves
star
are
are
at
scoopable, so only scoop here if you are low on fuel.
69% of maximum.
We're now 1 jump
Scanning for
from HIP
information.
90578.
There are 2 bodies in this system. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered in this system.
Jumping to HIP 90578.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel
This star
reserves
we
are
are
at
jumping to is scoopable.
89% of maximum.
Scanner activating.
Well, this is the system you wanted to visit. Where to now, beloved?
This independent system has a low security level. Exercise extreme caution here. The closest landable station is 73 light seconds away. There are 24 bodies in this system.
Oops.
Approaching Body 2. It is a high metal content world with gravity of 0.23 g and a surface temperature of 251 degrees Celsius.
3/4 impulse.
3/4 impulse engaging.
No fire zone entered.
Count me in, Commander. Just need
Clear to
great to see
land
you
at
again,
pad number
Commander.
6, Lover. We have docked at Trailblazer Echo.
Control, this is Lakon Charlie Kilo.
Now we hand in some exploration data.
Ah, Commander Greydolin, it's a delight to have you here. Indulge in our spa and wellness center with rejuvenating treatments and relaxation pods at your disposal.
Thanks. Freak.
You signing up for Brewer's Survey Initiative?
Maybe. Got a few worlds I've been meaning to scan anyway.
Too far back.
Just remember, they want thorough scans. FSS and probes.
Good thing my ship is kit out for exploration.
Same here. Let's make some credits.
Setting course for Deneb. We will reach our destination in 3 jumps.
Never stood a chance. I'm so sorry to hear that. I can't imagine your pain right now. She always believed in doing what was right, even when it was dangerous. It's why she volunteered to help with the evacuations.
That takes incredible courage. She must have been an amazing person.
She was. I just don't know how to move on without her. You don't have to figure it out alone. Lean
Looks
on
like
those who
a
care
bunch
about
of sheep and leaf.
Launching. Handoff complete. Ascending.
The ship is yours. Now please.
Intelligent thrusters engage.
Pirates beware. Who's coming along?
All set for some action, Commander.
No fire zone exited.
Engage warp.
Charging drives for jump.
All good here, Control. Preparing for jump and signing off. I got you knock jockeys on the next run. We read you. Sard Kruger Papa Alpha Mike 010. Go blaze your trail.
Jumping to Alrai Sector PT Dashai A9-1.
The system's primary star is not scoopable.
This star isn't
Fuel
scoopable, but
reserves
we can
are
scoop
at
at the next 2 stars after this.
84% of maximum.
We have 2 jumps left to go.
Scanning.
There are 8 bodies in this system.
Jumping to Col 285 Sector UK-B17-4.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel reserves
This
are
star
at
and the subsequent star are
69%.
scoopable, so only scoop here if you are
maximum.
low on fuel.
Analyzing.
We're now 1 jump from Deneb.
There are 2 bodies in this system. You have discovered all the planetary bodies in this system. You have discovered in this system.
Handing our biodata.
Jumping to Deneb.
The system's primary star is scoopable. Fuel
This next
reserves
star
are
is
at
scoopable.
56% of maximum.
Well, this is the system you wanted to visit. Where to now, beloved?
Scanning for information.
This is a good candidate system for high-grade emissions. We may find proto-heat radiators, proto-light alloys, or proto-radiolic alloys here.
The nearest landable station is 1,000 light seconds away. There are 22 bodies in this system.
Missed it by that much.
Station fact is available.
No fire zone entered.
Docking
An ally
sequence
like you is
activated.
always welcome here.
Docking lights to
Initiating
your
proximity
right.
checks and
Your
preparing
landing
for
pad
entry.
will be above you, at the front of the station.
The Pioneer Supplies here says it has the best stock in the system. It's sucked ass. I'm going to try another system.
We have docked at Henson Gateway.
We don't have to do this.
Disembark.
Ready for action.
Oh no, you don't. Ah, Commander Greatelon, it's a delight to have you here. Indulge in our spa and wellness center, with rejuvenating treatments and relaxation pods at your disposal.
trust you have biodata you wish to sell? Our scientists are keen for new data.
As you are selling your samples, I will reset my not handed in estimate counters. Make sure you sell all your sample data here, your hotness.
Is that everything? Thank you for your contribution to our research.
My family's scattered across the bubble now. Is it selfish to want to find a quiet system and start over?
Not at all. You've been through hell. It's okay to prioritize your own peace. What if you feel drawn back to Soul? Maybe it's worth exploring why. Could it bring you closure?
I don't know. Soul feels like a wound that might never heal.
Then maybe it's time to heal elsewhere. It's not selfish, it's survival. Wherever you go, make sure it's somewhere you can truly live again, not just exist.
Alright, that'll be it for tonight. For those that drop by, thank you for doing so. Have fun, be safe, and fly enthusiastically.